Yes, yeah. So he had literally just taken off when he tried to turn right back around because he knew he had a problem.
Chief, can you tell us how the people were doing when they were there?
So luckily, one of the patients was starting to self-extricate when we got here. The other patient, not so much. So we were able to pull them both out, extricate the first patient. Like I said, they were both talking to us or verbalizing with us, which is a great sign. I don't know the extent of their injuries right now. They're both major traumas based on the mechanism of how they fell and also in what we found on them.
Was it a male and a woman?
Two males. We transported two males. So two males were transported to Sharp as major trauma.
Approximate age?
Old-fashioned looking two-seater biplane, red, white, and blue design on it. You can see that when they hit, they basically hit down, flipped up, and then it landed like that. Both the wings were crushed into themselves on it, and the whole front of the plane's gone.
When you see the damage to the plane and you see the condition that the patients were in, how do you process that?
Well, luck, I guess you could say. They were to have them come back and be able to verbalize with us. I've been on a number of these where you've seen it where they don't come out like that. So we were very lucky in those things, especially in the condition of the plane too. Basically, the whole front of half of it is ripped off and both wings are collapsed to the ground. So they were both very lucky at how they came out. For me, I thought it was going to be something different or full extrication, but we were able to get them out really quick.
And you said they were talking. Did they say anything?
No, just kind of the mumble talk to us type thing. So, but the fact that they're even doing that is a great sign. So hopefully everything will turn out well for both of them.
Are they local, or do we know where they're from?
I don't know where they're from. We're trying to work with the NTSB right now to find all those types of things. The NTSB is en route. They'll be here in about 30 to 45 minutes to take over the scene and start investigating what exactly occurred.
Do you have an approximate age of these guys?
No, I don't. Actually, to be honest with you, as I walked by, we were loading them through, and I did not pay attention to that.
And Chief, when you said the crash happened, you said it was really fortuitous where it landed because of what it was next to?
What it was next to. The back of Kyocera right here had a huge high voltage area. It also had a power cell area, and it also had multiple hazardous materials on the back that if that plane would have hit it, we would have had ourselves a completely different outcome than what we had today. So, very lucky. What's that?
Do you know what Kyocera manufactures at this place?
I do not know what they manufacture at this place, but I do know that if they hit that building, it would have been a whole different ballgame for us, for sure, based on the hazmat placard on the back side of the building, too.
So this is a manufacturing plant, it's not just the offices?
I don't know. Okay. I'm guessing it is a manufacturer just strictly from the fact that it has hazmat signals all over the back of it.
Could you explain what happened again? You said that they had taken off, they did a loop. And
yeah, so they had originally just started to take off, and they had some sort of problem. We don't know what that is, and so they basically tried to turn around to catch the airport to do an emergency landing and came through the trees here in the back and then landed in the parking lot. I don't know the exact story of if they radioed the tower or not, but you can see where they just came up and came right back down.
Were the patients older, younger?
I would say a little bit older. So it was hard to see. So some of them were, it was hard to see as they came past me.
How much longer do you think you guys will be out here?
So hazmat crews will probably be here another hour mitigating the fuel. I would say that, and we'll keep an engine here too until that's done. NTSB could take them all night for the investigation. We've been sometimes on these, they'll go through the night till tomorrow. Sometime we'll be cleared from it based on what just happened right now, and we'll be out of here by 10 or 11 o'clock tonight.
Chief, from the trauma that you saw, what are you most worried for, concerned with for these patients?
Well, anything on this is a major trauma in the fact of internal injuries. As you know, we can't look in and see what's going on, and when you have any sort of gravity like that where you fall from such a high height in an airplane, we're worried about what's happening internally. They might look okay on the outside, but they could have crushing injuries on the inside. And our crews did a great job in that under 10 minutes to extricate out, and Sharp right here, being so close, it was great. I was a proud chief, I'll say that much. So.
Sounds like they had luck on their side?
They had luck on their side, and I think it's one of those things where we were lucky in the fact that right where it fell in the parking lot, I don't think it could have finished in a better spot there.
Okay. Did this plane, do you know how high it went? You said it took off. Was it actually
No,
flight?
I don't know heights or anything. I just know if you normally watch the planes as they're coming out of here, I would say maybe they're 300 or 400 feet as they start to take off, and then he tried to loop back and catch it, but that's just an estimate. I don't know how high they were.
Trees, what I'm told.
They hit two trees in the back of the parking lot here is what it looks like coming through. There's two broken trees down, and the plane landed and crushed forward.
You said that they looked okay on the outside, but any evident injuries that you could?
They were, I mean, just like anything, they were covered in blood, and you could tell that they had some major injuries going on for sure, but nothing that I can say definitively.
Thank you so much for
absolutely.
Could you say? So what we're hearing is now we've got it's a biplane. That is a big clue as to what went down just behind us. Because it was a biplane, they're a very rare type of plane. They're older planes in general. They sit two, one in front, one in back, pilot in front, passenger, and so they were really in a very dangerous circumstance. According to the chief, this is Kyocera just behind us. They've got hydrogen tanks, they've got explosive material on site, and that is a very scary thing for firefighters. As they roll up, they see those placards and they'll tell them if it's corrosive, if it's explosive, if it's something more dangerous. The chief even told us that if it was to light off those hydrogen tanks that he was looking at, their water doesn't even put it out. They have to go into a completely different rescue mode. So this really did just miss a very dangerous spot. And the chief, he even said it if you heard him, he just said, I'm an absolute proud chief by the way his team got in there, removed those two folks, extricated them partially, one fully, one partially, and that they pulled them out in just 10 minutes and that they were talking. Those are all wonderful things to hear.